Actually,
Yeah.
yes, I might.
Mike, you ready?
No, we're waiting for.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you really can't start until
Yep. Yep.
to answer your question, yes, I am.
Right. But weird. Good, man.
Good. How are you? Really went out wearing a jacket. Try it.
That's all. You know, I've been
Yeah, yeah, I knew you. Yeah, I saw that. Kevin's a good coach.
He's
Yeah, he is. You know, so I'll tell you the funniest story after the show. Yeah.
Good to go. All right, let's do it.
Morning, Coach.
Ready?
Good morning.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Go ahead.
I'm surprised that there were not nearly as many guys.
Sorry,
raising
get out of your way.
their hands as I thought there were this morning. What there was how many had been.
Actually, there were more than I.
Well, good morning. Thanks for joining us here today. Many of you might know why we're here. And if you don't, it should be a dead giveaway that they asked the short redhead to MC this thing, which is very fitting when we're talking about Ireland, right? So, my name is Brian Estridge, and I'm honored to be here with you to moderate what we think is a very, very big day for both TCU football, for the city of Fort Worth, obviously, and for this university. Today is a day that we sort of live out the TCU mission statement that has been in front of us for years: to educate individuals to become ethical leaders and responsible global citizens. And we get to do that today as we take the Horned Frogs global in football for the first time. Let's start the day with a gentleman whose global vision has led this university for the last 2+ decades, shaping it into a world-class university with national distinction, whose vision for athletics, folks, can't go unnoticed. He's led us to this day. He's led the charge to the Big 12, to the Fiesta Bowl, to the national championship, obviously. And without his leadership, we would not be here. He is our lucky charm. Notice what I did there. If you would, please welcome the Chancellor, Dr. Victor Boschini.
Thank you, Brian. Keep your day job. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for being here. This is a really exciting time at Texas Christian University. We're going through lots of really exciting changes, and this game is going to be one of those, which is neat. There's some people here, though, I'd like to introduce first that are up here on the stage with me. First of all, I'd like to introduce John Anthony, who's the co-founder of the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Where's John? There, sorry. Robert Hull, who's the Consul General of Ireland and Texas. We would call you the Honorable Robert Hull in America. Bill Burns, Sr., who's the Vice President for Global Sales of Aer Lingus. Daniel Pullin, who's our President and soon-to-be Chancellor. Mike Buddy, our Director of Athletics. And our head football coach, Sonny Dykes. So thank you all for being here. I'm also pleased to acknowledge some of our Fort Worth dignitaries. Steve Montgomery with the Fort Worth Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for being here, Steve. And Mitch Witten with Visit Fort Worth are both here. Thank you very much. City Council meets today, so our City Council people couldn't be here, unfortunately. We're so grateful for the partnerships and the relationships throughout our community that we've made through TCU Athletics and through TCU. Community engagement is a big pillar of the new strategic plan that President Pullin set out. And so I think this is perfect for that. We're thrilled also for our international exposure this will give us and for the message it'll send to our students and to our international students too, which I think is amazing. Before we get started here though, I just had something I wanted to give to all our Irish friends here. We do these, you probably think these are kitschy, but this is really cool in America. We do these for every game that we do for St. Patrick's Day for our baseball team. Oh, sorry. There you go. For our baseball team. So I just want to welcome you and say, go Frogs, go TCU, and go Ireland. And now I'm going to turn back to Brian.
Thank you, Chancellor. By the way, thank you to all the media who are here today to cover this event. You know, the Chancellor mentioned the new strategic plan for TCU, lead on values and action, a bold, innovative plan, obviously, that builds on TCU's momentum and the position of strength that we have to lead TCU to new heights, greater levels of student success and impact, guided by the TCU values of integrity and engagement and community and excellence. Today's announcement really fits perfectly into that charge for the future that was led by our president, Daniel Pullin. But it's more than process and procedure with President Pullin. It's about engagement and relationships and converting on third down. Those are all very important to him. If you would, please welcome our president, Daniel Pullin.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Brian. It is it's with great excitement that I get to share with so many other great leaders this important announcement. We really want to start by saying thank you. We really appreciate all that you do to support TCU student athletes, the university as a whole. There's so many athletics coaches and staff, and, student workers and others that really come together to make this one of the top athletic departments anywhere in the country. And we've been on a roll the last few years. We've had a number of firsts that have been quite additive to our experience, our campus culture, our brand visibility, our ability to open the door of opportunity academically to more students than ever before. And today is in step with that, yet another first that we're celebrating in the now global storied history of Texas Christian University athletics. Just last summer, we had a record number of Horned Frogs participate in the Paris Olympics, a great opportunity with success. We had medal winner from the Olympics, putting TCU on the global stage. Next summer, we will be hosting a FIFA team. We don't know which one yet, but in partnership with city leaders, we'll be bringing the world of soccer to Fort Worth as the training site for the World Cup. And then now today, right, the opportunity to compete in football, right, at the global scale for the very first time. The success of TCU athletics is unmistakable. Already this year, just in 2025, and we're only 4 months in, we have had record performance out of our women's basketball team, winning both the regular season and Big 12 tournaments, going deeper than we ever have in the March Madness women's bracket to the Elite Eight. Elsewhere, we've had a Big 12 championship in soccer. We've had a Big 12 championship in men's tennis. And our football team, as I think most of you know, heads into the 2025 season with the #1 ranked recruiting class out of any institution in the Big 12. So the future is bright, the present is bright, and this opportunity makes it even brighter. TCU, we are very fortunate to have the leadership of our new athletic director, Mike Buddy. He knows that we are building something different here. We are in the process of redefining what it means to be an elite, premier, power athletics school. The world of college athletics is changing dramatically, faster and more uncertainly than it ever has before. And certainly our focus remains on winning and performing, but winning the right way by hiring and retaining and propelling the best coaches, right? The most dedicated support staff, having the top athletics facilities in our conference and amongst the finest anywhere in the country. We're seeking the opportunities for growth and success that can be found right here at TCU, but in partnership with an amazing community, Fort Worth, North Texas, and now Ireland. At TCU, we are dedicated to supporting the whole student, right? Not just our student athletes, but all of our students. We want to set our students up for success, not only during their time in the university, whether they're playing on the field or they're working hard in the laboratories or performance halls, but we want to set them up for success for the next 4 and 5 decades of their lives. It's really where they'll make the biggest performance impact on others. We're excited to open our 2026 season in Dublin, Ireland. The game will be August 29th at the 47,000 person capacity Aviva Stadium. TCU will serve as the home team versus North Carolina. We will also be able to play 7 additional home games right here in Amon Carter Stadium that same year. So we're really, really excited about the way the schedule's falling. At every turn, the Aer Lingus College Football Classic is a win-win-win for TCU. It's a win for our student athletes as they experience the global community, the educational and cultural experiences that come with traveling abroad. You know, I've come to know that a number of our student athletes haven't even been out of the United States before. What an amazing growth opportunity personally and culturally and academically that this opportunity, this win provides. Certainly it's a win for TCU's mission, as Brian said, to develop leaders for a global community. We already have international exchanges with universities in Ireland. We're looking to announce and scale more as we look ahead. There's a kindred spirit, an entrepreneurial spirit, a pioneering spirit that I think the people here in Fort Worth and North Texas share with the people of Ireland, certainly in Dublin, which has been transformed over the last 2 decades in so many positive ways. It's also a win for Fort Worth. This is not just a game. This is more than a game. The game's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be memorable. But it's what we do around the game, right? The conversations and relationships that we invest in. You know, how our world-class faculty and business leaders, both here in Fort Worth and in Ireland, can come together around this moment to create new relationships and partnerships and economic impact and cultural exchange, the kind of which we've never seen. So we're excited to travel abroad. We're excited about the visibility that this game provides for TCU and TCU athletics, but really, really, really excited about the comprehensive impact it can have on 2 places and 2 people that in so many ways are natural natural fit. So as part of the Aer Lingus College Football Classic, we will join the elite programs in college football who have kicked off the season in international fashion. So I just want to end where I began, which is with a thank you to Aer Lingus and the Irish American events for this exciting opportunity for all Horned Frogs. Most importantly, we look forward to turning Dublin purple. Go Frogs.
Thank you, President Pullin. We'll hear from our friends at Aer Lingus as well as our Irish leadership who is with us as well here shortly. But first, I'd like to bring up the head football coach of the Horned Frogs, who reminded me earlier that until he was about 12 years old, he assumed he was Irish. And I asked him, I said, why is that? He said, well, remember, my dad was a head football coach, and I sat in the stands, and all I ever heard was, oh, Dykes. And, yeah, anyway, I'll keep my day job. Sonny Dykes was an 8-time National Coach of the Year, led the Horned Frogs to the national championship game, of course, in his 4th year. Now the head man here. Terrific ambassador for TCU athletics, for TCU, the university, and for this football program. The head coach, Sonny Dykes. Coach.
Thank you. I think the thing that strikes me about this is what makes TCU so special and so unique is that this university understands the student experience better than any university that I've ever been a part of. And I think we get to share in that value in our football program. They work incredibly hard to everybody at TCU to give our students the very best experience. That's why this campus is always one of the happiest campuses in the country. It's important to everyone at this institution. Nobody understands that better than Victor Boschini, and I think it's been pretty incredible what he's been able to do here. It's really, really remarkable, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. Excited about Dr. Pullin's leadership and what that's going to look like. It's just going to be an exciting time to be a Horned Frog. When this opportunity arose for me, the number one thing I was concerned of was the experience for our, student athletes. You want to be able to provide so many different things to the young men and young women in your program. And we're going to be able to do something that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. They're going to be able to provide an experience that they're never going to forget, that's going to be very impactful for them forever, something that they're going to be able to talk to their kids and grandchildren about. And so, from my perspective, it's a win-win in every possible way, shape, and form. Very appreciative to Aer Lingus and what that they are allowing us to do. Really appreciative of John Anthony here and basically helping select TCU to be a participant. We're excited about the game. Playing against North Carolina obviously will be a very challenging game, but excited about it. I think that the coverage and everything that we'll receive as a university will be invaluable to us. I think it's a great way to build our brand, not only in America, but certainly overseas as well. So we're excited about this opportunity, very thankful. Our players are very excited, had a great reaction when we made the announcement today. And again, I think that they value relationships, and I think they value experiences. And so I think this opportunity will result in enriching their lives and providing an experience that is one of a kind. So we're very excited about it, looking forward to the challenge of it. And again, thank you. Thank you to everyone for providing this opportunity to our student athletes. And my hope is that they have a life-changing experience. So again, thank you, and look forward to continuing to find out more about this game and this experience, and appreciate everybody. Go Frogs.
Thank you, Coach. Now we get to hear from a couple of men who helped make this event happen. And you heard Coach mention John Anthony, who's the co-founder of the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Of course, the founder and CEO of Anthony Travel that began back in '89. They partner with about 106 universities and their athletic departments on 27 different campuses, including, we're fortunate enough here at TCU to have that partnership. Darla and the gang, we appreciate what they do for us every day. And John obviously ties here to the Metroplex, made sure that TCU had a stake in this, and we do appreciate it. John Anthony, come on up.
So standing here, I've got to admit, as a kid growing up in Fort Worth and sitting in this stadium when it was not exactly the heyday of TCU football, I never dreamed I'd be back here someday saying we're going to take you overseas to play in Ireland. But I guess that's kind of what this endeavor is all about, right? So you take young people and you expose them to something larger than what they had seen and what they knew, and you help open up their mind and to a greater world and imagine what their future could be. So it started for me here doing that as a kid, and now we're going to be able to do it for a whole lot more folks around TCU. So I am so honored to welcome TCU to the 2026 Aer Lingus College Football Classic, and I can promise the Frog Nation the most unique, the most fun, and the most memorable experience around a football game that you will ever have in your life. Our tagline fits in really well with what we've heard from our speakers here this morning. Our tagline for this is much more than a game, and so we can't wait for you all to experience why that is. And quickly, some of you have asked about how this game came about, and I guess I would say personally, you can take the boy out of Fort Worth, but you can't take the Fort Worth out of the boy. So we have been watching very closely as this program has gotten better and better in football over the years, and Coach Dykes taking it to the championship game. We've watched very closely as your alumni and fans so passionately and loyally follow this program around to some of the best destinations around the country. And we've watched very closely as Chancellor Bashini and the leadership team have really taken what I considered a local school back then and made it so prominent on the national stage of higher ed. So I think the only frontier left is the global stage, and we are so proud that we can be here to do that with you and look forward to having you there. So, our motto, I said, is much more than a game, and it's because of all of the things around the game that will take place, all the activities, all the connections, all the experiences, all the cousins you're going to come home with that you never knew you had before. It's just a really unique setting, and you're really going to enjoy it. So we look forward to seeing you in August in 2026 in Ireland for much more of the game. We encourage everyone to go to the website is frogs2ireland.com. That's frogs and the number 2, Ireland.com for more information. And before I step aside, I want to give a shout out to one, what I'll call a unicorn in the room, especially for our media to speak to afterwards. One gentleman here, Nano Safamensa, very uniquely has played in this game when he was at Notre Dame. He played for TCU last year, and he worked in Dublin for a law firm as an internship in the summer as part of our Much More Than a Game initiative. And he's here, so any media that want to have any discussion about this, I strongly encourage you to speak with Nana after we break here. So go Frogs.
John, I'm going to ask you to stay here with me if you don't mind, and bring up Mike Buddy, our athletic director, with a special presentation.
In our effort to turn Ireland purple, we're going to start right here, John. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I
Appreciate
finally
it.
got a TCU.
John will be modeling that over here just as soon as this is over with. Next up is Consul General Robert Hall. He was appointed as the Consul General of Ireland and Texas in the southern central U.S. back in January of 2022. Now, you may be wondering what they do. They represent the government of Ireland in the states of Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma, and, of course, Texas. He bases out of Austin. It's not his fault. Robert and the consulate team will work to support Irish citizens, obviously, promote Ireland, Irish interests in the region, further strengthening the links between our two countries. And you'll notice when Robert comes up here, just a tinge of a Texas accent is starting to come out. If you would, please welcome Consul General Robert Hull.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. It's great to be at TCU and up in Fort Worth. And I'm really excited over the next year and a bit to be traveling here an awful lot more and heading north on 35 to see you. So we're really delighted as the Irish Consulate in Texas, as the government of Ireland, that TCU are coming to Ireland in 2026, that you're going to be the first Texas college football team to play in Ireland as part of this series. I think that's a really big thing. And Texas is somewhere that really captures people's imagination in Ireland. And I know your players, your staff, and all the traveling fans are going to receive a really warm and incredible welcome in Ireland. As was said, these occasions really are so much more than a game. And for us as the consulate, as you heard, the office of the Irish government, who are tasked to build and to try and strengthen Ireland's relationships with this city and with this state, this is just an incredible and a really exciting opportunity for us. As a government in the last few years, as part of this series, we've hosted business and political delegations from the different cities and states across the US that have been represented by colleges. And we look forward to doing the same again in 2026, using the game as an opportunity to strengthen those links, as well as links between universities as well. There's a long history of the Irish in Texas. It goes right back to the Alamo, and in fact, even before that. And now about 1.7 million people in Texas claim Irish heritage of some sort. And so those heritage links are growing. They're really diversifying. Business and trade is a very important part of that relationship. Now, in 2024, trade between Ireland and Texas was valued at about $4.8 billion. There's over 50 of your companies that are headquartered here in Texas that have a presence in Ireland. And Ireland's now the 6th largest source of foreign direct investment into the United States, with a value in 2023 of about $350 billion. Here in Texas, that investment is estimated to have created over 3,500 jobs in the last 10 years. And we're among the top 10 trading partners for this region of Texas. There's also educational links already with TCU, and we hope that this game is going to be a catalyst for more. And so we really believe that it's a great opportunity to grow those business links, to grow the educational links. And it's also an opportunity, I think, as well for Fort Worth and for Texas more broadly to showcase yourselves to Ireland as well as you try to build your brand globally. But regardless of the reasons that you decide to travel, we can certainly assure you of a fantastic world-class travel experience. The island of Ireland is truly a wonderful place to visit. Our scenery is stunning. Our people are friendly. Our green countryside and rugged coastline really will take your breath away. So we look forward to extending to all of you, to the staff, to the players, to the fans, what we would say is a Ced Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes in 2026. Just before I finish, I want to present a small gift to Chancellor Boschini. We were talking earlier and last night. I know that he has connections to Ireland and is familiar with it, largely I think through the Dairy Girls, but we're looking to expand his education. So we just have a small gift, which is a history of Ireland, and we hope that you will enjoy reading this as you get to know Ireland more.
I will read this tonight.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Gar Míle Marga.
Thank you.
Thank you much, Honorable Robert Hull, joining us here. Bill Byrne is with Aer Lingus, and we finally get an opportunity to brag on them and their partnership with this event. Aer Lingus is Senior Vice President of Global Sales. Byrne has been with them since 2018 and is the Senior President of Global Sales, Vice President, I should say. Played a crucial role during the pandemic. Prior to that, he was a VP at Hertz. He's Chicago-born. He's from the U.S., but he holds dual citizenship in both the U.S. and Ireland. He's an important guy for us to all be nice to, not just because they're the corporate partner of this event, but he also is the keeper of the drink coupons on the flight. So if you would, please welcome Bill Byrne.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm from Chicago, so you're not going to hear an Irish accent. And unfortunately, I don't sound like Brian, so it won't be that interesting. So I'm going to go quickly. Aer Lingus is the flag carrier of Ireland, has served the U.S. for over 65 years. That's longer than any other airline by decades, including my friends down at DFW. Aer Lingus flies to over 18 destinations in the U.S., soon to be 19. We've led places like Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Boston, Nashville, Cleveland, Washington, and soon to be Indianapolis, with connections in Dublin to 70 destinations in Europe. But Ireland is what we do, it's who we are, and we're the proud sponsor of this Aer Lingus Football Classic. The game in 26 between TCU and North Carolina will be the 5th consecutive game. And as the title sponsor, we have the pleasure of flying both teams to Ireland. And while this is a fairly big undertaking for us, we've done it before. We do it really well. It takes months of planning. We have a dedicated team that's involved in it. They really enjoy it. And we'll take, Coach, we're going to take really good care of your players, yourself, and the whole team and your fans, believe me. And we're really looking forward to the match. Aer Lingus really is about the people. And what I think TCU fans and the team will recognize is we have some of the most dedicated people in the industry, led by the finest cabin crew in the industry, and we have 2 of our representatives here today, so thank you. I think what we're going to look forward to the most is the enthusiasm of college football fans, especially ones at TCU. So the energy that the fans bring, the team brings, will be matched by our crew. And we're really looking forward to having you all on board. You'll all be very welcome. Thank you.
And with that, if there are any questions for any member of our panel here, we'll take those from any members of the media. Anybody's got any questions? We tried to cover our bases as best we could. We've got a microphone. If you'll just raise your hand, we'll find you. Nui, we usually start with you. Anybody got anything? Jay?
Hey everyone, Jamie Plunkett, 24/7 Sports, Horned Frog Blitz. This question is for any of the TCU representatives that would like to answer it. Obviously, there are a vast number of pros to this game, and you've had a lot of hard conversations about participating in this event. There are 7 home games still in 2026, but how did the season ticket holders and that conversation come into play as you were making this decision to move the North Carolina game from Fort Worth to Ireland?
Thanks, Jamie. I'll take that one. So obviously, they were one of the major factors that goes into the decision. As you referenced, it's highly unusual to have 8 home games. Most years you have 7 in a good year, 6 as a minimum. We had 8, which made us have some flexibility. And so as we approached Coach Dykes, certainly the Chancellor and President Pullin, to discuss the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages just far outweighed the disadvantages. Certainly sensitive to the fact that we're moving a high-profile home game overseas, but high profile is what TCU needs, right? It puts us in the best possible light on a global scale. I'd much rather be one of 3 or 4 games in week 0 than one of 100 games in week 1, and to do it in a country as beautiful as Ireland, with what we hope ESPN Game Day historically attends, a lot of eyeballs, a lot of opportunities to people learn more about TCU.
Anyone else? All right, we must have done our job then. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. We look forward to seeing you August 29th of 2026 in Dublin. It's going to be fun. All right. Thank you very much.